Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another little vloggy vlog. How's everybody doing? How's everybody living this what day is today? Wednesday. Doing great. It's gonna be a hot day. It's supposed to be 90 something and humid. And we are cruising and we're chilling. So have a couple of topics kind of I want to talk about today, and one of them being I rode 300 miles with my lady, with her on the back, 2 up this weekend. So I want to talk about that. But also I've been watching some YouTubes, some motor vlogs, and I came across this interesting bunch of vlogs by a group of people. One person whose name I do remember is Goatfather. Yeah, Goatfather. And these topics are called Mototalks, and basically they take a topic and they you know, put it up for discussion and talk about it. And I'm not sure if you're supposed to do them all in order, or if you're supposed to just do like whichever one you found or you care about. But I'm gonna start with one about judging other riders, because I thought that was an interesting topic and I saw some responses. So riding in New York City, or riding for me, you definitely, I mean, not even New York City, everywhere you definitely judge other riders, or at least I do. Everybody I guess does, but I guess it's it just depends how they tend to show their judgments. Like when I see somebody riding by, because I guess I've been riding bicycles my whole life, and like I used to be on the scene for, like, you know, BMXing and dirt jumping and downhilling and all that. And you judge riders for lack of protection. You know, if somebody's like riding downhill with no gear, then there's a good chance that they're badass, you know. And you know, it's like, it's people have been thank you. I've been scraped up before, you know. So like for me, like riding without gear, like riding without, you know, basic, like at least gloves when riding a bicycle was nuts, you know. So I guess maybe that's where my judgment comes from. And it's a nice little ramble here, I'm sorry guys. But in New York City I see all sorts of riders, and a lot of them you know, don't wear any gear, or just wear shorts and a t-shirt. I'm talking about warm months, you know. But I guess even in cold months, people don't wear protection. People wear like a hoodie, you know, a hoodie and a pair of jeans, and that's their gear for the cold weather. Maybe a little jacket. See, as soon as there's a serious topic, I'm struggling, guys. But anyway, you know, when I see somebody riding around like with no gear, or if I see somebody like driving a Harley with no gear, you know, like in Pennsylvania with no helmet and flip-flops, you know, I just kind of like call them my typical little name. I call them look at this dill pickle, or nerd bird, you know. It's just, it's kind of like a passive observation, because yeah, like everybody else said, obviously, yes, I don't give a fuck. I really don't care what you ride, but I just find it funny. The worst is when it's obviously a new rider. Like if it's a dude who's like 70 years old and he's cruising on his Harley in a t-shirt, you know, on the highway, and a little bucket helmet with like sleeping bags and shit strapped to it, I'm like, respect, you know. This guy obviously been around, he knows what he's doing. Or, you know, it's still kind of silly not to like throw on like a jacket and the gloves, but whatever. But around here, I often see like people, first of all, people like using a Vespa, I guess, or a moped is a bad example, because, you know, it's like, it's not a real motorcycle. Well, it still goes fast, you know, and people still take them on the highway sometimes, on the BQE here. And you see, you know, people, dudes, girls, whatever, like in shorts or skirts, flip-flops, tank tops, you know, with like open face helmet, not even buckled up. You know, it's like bad enough it's open face helmet and it's not even buckled, and people are just cruising. And then at that point, it's hard not to be like, what a fucking douchebag. You know, it's hard not to just pass the judgment. But for example, this weekend I rode, you know, upstate, which is like 150 miles north up to Catskills and back, whatever, back roads. Maybe saw like, out of like, I'd say, you know, out of 100 motorcyclists that I saw, I would say less than half were wearing gear. I'd say 30%. You know, it was always like, there was a lot of two-up riders, because I guess we took some beautiful roads and people go there, and it's even the chicks on the back are like wearing t-shirts. Like I saw at one point, it was like a little girl, you know, like they were filling up, and this girl was wearing shorts and a tank top. And I'm like, you're obviously going distance because you have bags strapped to it. But I guess you get comfortable and you don't think about these things, you know? Like, my buddy Bird, he always wears, like, not always. He usually wears a jacket and pants and boots and all that. But, like, once in a while, he's like, oh, you know, I'm just going to the gym, so I'm just going to wear my t-shirt. And, yeah, it's hot. And, yes, you have sweet tattoos and big guns to show off, and everybody thinks you're really cool, but I don't know, it just takes that one shitty time to get scraped up or worse. So that's why I kind of like to, you know, wear my gear. And I do kind of but you know, besides just making a funny comment, I really don't care, and I don't judge anyone. And in fact I encourage people to, you know, ride on any level. And I wave at scooters and I wave at everybody. I don't really care. And the thing is, it's like when I wave to someone and they don't wave back, I like come up with some story about them, usually something mean, like, oh, this guy's shirt was too red and it was reflecting off the gas tank and he like can't think straight, you know, something like that. This is bad. This is why I usually lane split in the morning or scrap the whole episode, because nobody needs to see me sitting in traffic. So I'm trying to think if I should just like take off and disappear into the distance, or if I should just stay with this. But anyway, I don't know if that covers the topic of judging other riders, but yeah, I definitely do. But it's just to pass the time. Like if I'm confronted, if a person confronts me, if I'm riding, if I meet somebody for a ride and they show up in a t-shirt, will I break their balls for like first 20 seconds? Sure. I'll be like, ooh, look at you, like, you know, blah blah blah, some bullshit. The same, and I'm sure they're probably gonna come back and make fun of me in some way, so boom, we're even. But you know, I think it is silly, you know. Like riding downhill on the bicycle, downhill riding, you know, like I've done it many times in a t-shirt, but when you have a full body suit on, you know, armor, you feel so much better about the whole thing. But anyway, whatever. Look at this guy keeping like 5-car distance in front of him. Animal. This guy wants to like pull in. That's what's gonna happen here. We got it. Do it. No, he didn't want to pull in, I guess. And anyway, so I rode 300 miles with my lady. That was the most I've ever ridden 2-up. And you know, it was actually quite fun. It was actually a lot of fun. It was a ton of fun, because we started from the Bronx and rode up to Catskills and back. And we have headsets. We both have Senas, so we were talking the whole time. And she was a great passenger. She was like like I didn't even know she was there. That's how good it was. Like literally the bike handled beautifully, which is a shocker, you know, because I didn't adjust the shocks or anything on the back. But like the bike handled well, good on turns, good on braking. Didn't have to change much as far as braking and riding habits. Good on gas. I was very impressed. I mean, obviously that seat on the back is not the most comfortable thing for her. But she was a trooper. On the way back, it was better. Like the way there, you know, just learning how to ride properly. On the way back, we're just cruising. You know, back roads, twisties. The whole time we're on twisties, and no like oh shit moments or anything. And it's definitely important to you know, pack light, because when riding 2 up, she literally had to just wear a backpack. I should definitely have a tank bag. Oops, I cut off that guy. Really cut offy. Anyway, I should have a tank bag for this kind of thing. I really hate the way they fucking look. I don't like the way the tank bags look. I like the way the gas tank looks like this. But tank bag might be a must, because backpack is a bitch, you know. And we're limited. I didn't bring my tools, for example. I brought my pump and plug kit, but like I didn't bring tools and didn't bring much clothes or anything, because I just didn't want to, you know, overload her. Look at this dish bag. Nice. See, that guy I judged that motherfucker because he was holding up the traffic just so he can blend in, but you know, whatever, it's all good. So yeah, I definitely want to do more 2-up rides. I wonder how excited my lady would be to do this trip again, but we shall see. Another thing that happened is like my little USB plug-in is right here on the right, down there, and I didn't set it up properly. And when I was turning, just like I'm turning right now, the USB connector got jammed in the steering column and got crushed. So here I am about to leave for this long trip, and it's my only charging port for the GPS, and I crushed it good. That was a bitch. That was a biatch. All right, we're gonna go this way because we're not working with all that traffic. So, ooh, watch out. Go ahead, lady. You can do it. Back in Dumbo. I don't know. So anyway, so yeah, that was it's, I don't know, it's hard to be on topic in this damn city in traffic. That's what I'm realizing. A lot of people who talk on sweet topics are on highways or nice back roads. That's just not the nature of the beast here, you know. So I'm literally like dealing with crap and bumps, bumpy bumps. So today is Wednesday. Let me pull in. Thank you, amigo.